My kids want to be YouTube stars when they grow up.
I'm trying to tell them to be a YouTube star.
You need to get a camera and some basic video editing skills first. You don't think Mr. Beast started where he is, do you?
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't want to be. He only wants to be on my YouTube channel, apparently, not his own YouTube channel. Yeah, because I told him that he should do YouTube like for golf stuff. Because I think that would be fun to kind of show what he's doing with golf and how the competitions are going, and show other kids that this is a possible thing to do. But no, he doesn't want to. No. I don't know, and that's funny because your kid wants to be a YouTube star. So
he says he wants to be.
Yeah. Well, see, here he is being a YouTube star. There you go, bud. Yeah, what a punk. What a punk. So he mentioned, hey, where are you going? There you go. All right. Well, so do you have any questions for Mr. Bryan? No? You want to ask him any questions? He's a lawyer. He's got a kid that's the same age as you.
Now the hard questions are coming.
Yeah. His son plays soccer and baseball. No questions? No, you just want to hang out over my shoulder? All right. No.
Hang out and listen to one side of the conversation.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're not taking my earbud again like you did last time. You little punk. Little punk. But so the 10-year-old, obviously, so to me, I'm not a dad to a 10-year-old yet. So the change from an 8-year-old to a 10-year-old, like, what kind of transitions have you been seeing, and how has it been working through that?
So mine calmed down a lot. Mine was, emotionally challenged, but he had big emotions when he was 8, and they've calmed down, and they've delayed. And the other thing that we've noticed is he's starting to get like a little bit of shame around things. So doesn't want to walk, doesn't want to hold hands with mom on the way to school. There's certain things that are cool and not cool. And if the cool shirt isn't ready out of the laundry and he has to wear the uncool shirt, like can be a problem. So there is like a transition where they start being a lot more self-aware, about things that are popular and things that are not. So that's been a challenge to navigate because he can't articulate what it is that he doesn't like about clothes. So he had a little bit of like a sensory thing about certain pants or whatever, but he's not able to tell you what he doesn't like about it. And now it's hard to tell whether it's the sensory thing about any piece of clothing or whether it's not the red Nike hooded sweatshirt that he loves. Right. And that kind of manifests in like the only thing he wears to school now is soccer jerseys. That's it. Won't wear anything else. So we had kind of a little bit of a fight around his orchestra concert. He had to wear a white button down dress shirt. We didn't even own one. Yeah. And, and explaining to him, you're not going to be the only one in school. In fact, like probably a third of the school is in the orchestra anyway. So they're all going to be wearing the same shirt. Like, you're not going to be not cool. You have to wear it to school. Yeah. So that's interesting. It's just kind of navigating those social school politics things. He hasn't had any real big blow ups with friends. So we haven't had to deal with that yet. And girls aren't really in the picture at age 10. He's a little bit more analytical. He's asking better questions now about why we do things and about why certain things exist. So it's been a fun experience to watch his learning process.
I'm looking forward, like every stage, I try to tell him all the time, like I've never been a dad to an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. And now having a daughter thrown in there, like, so now I have to learn how to be a dad for you, just like you're having to learn and navigate how to be an 8-year-old. I have to learn and navigate how to be the dad to an 8-year-old. But watching all of those different stages has always been so much fun. I look forward to kind of seeing how it goes. But so it sounds like the kids are in public school. Is that right?
Yep, they are.
Have you found that to be as hectic as some of the news makes it sound like, or is it kind of, they're in Virginia public schools? Is that right?
Fairfax County.
Okay.
So Virginia Public Schools. We, one county to the west of us is Loudoun, which has been like some kind of battleground for. Yes. I don't pay a lot of attention to any national news, but for, I don't know, some kind of a book in the school, or there was something where a teacher had gotten fired for saying something, and I don't know any of these stories, but Fairfax has not really been a battleground for that, and no, that hasn't been an issue for us where we're like, we need to either put them in a private school or bring them home and homeschool them. Really, I wish that my wife or I had the temperament to be able to homeschool the kids. I don't think that we could do 6, 7, 8 hours a day with them, managing their personalities, managing our own personalities, and teaching them anything. I would love to be able to do that and have the geographic freedom to go and kind of work from anywhere and raise them from anywhere. But I also think that might be the end of our marriage.
I wonder that myself as I'm looking at doing this adventure of what that's going to look like. But I grew up doing public school, and I just thought that was the best way to do it because I was exposed to so many different things. And my wife grew up private school, and so I was like, oh no, public school is way better. And now that I had kids, and I was like, and my previous job, in my defense, like I saw the worst of society that you could have, So it was like, I have got zero desire to have my kids go be exposed to society. Like it like scared the heck out of me. So I was like, nah, private school it is, But yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're not seeing a lot of the craziness that's going on. That's a plus.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. But it has, there's nothing that's going on in Fairfax, and especially in our elementary school, that's bothering me.
No, good to hear. Absolutely great to hear. But, so do you have any thoughts, questions for me? Things you want to talk about? Anything that's coming up in your brain?
How are you all planning on navigating curriculum for homeschooling?
Ooh, yeah. So I actually had a meeting this morning with somebody to kind of go over various different curriculums, and because I don't know what I don't know, right? And I've been watching YouTube videos to try to learn about how it all goes, and there's a bunch of different curriculums that are out there. So I don't, what's good, what's bad, I don't know. But you can order like 3 different types of curriculum, whatever you want, and there's to kind of piece together how it works. So my goal is, if I end up doing this, which I'm pretty certain I'm going to, is we'll have like one type of math, one type of science, and then there's like a for lack of better terms, everything else type of programs that cover all of the I guess it's called English language arts now. Like I don't know, like it, but so the ELA stuff and the some history and all that type of stuff. So my goal is to have adventures that go along with it, travels that go along with it. We're not always going to be able to travel, but if I can say, okay, well, this year or this week we're learning about sea animals in science, then adding a trip to the aquarium that week as well to be able to say, okay, well, here now we get to go see some sea animals as part of our science class. But the curriculums that I'm looking at are very well structured already to kind of help me have something already laid out to be able to not have to be overly stressed. And from what I'm gathering, it's and it's very much dependent on the kid, but 2 hours a day, you can pretty much knock out everything that's needed. And we have an au pair to be able to take care of the kids the rest of the day.